Okay, Monday, December 18th, 2023. Just a week before Christmas, and it's like spring weather today. We had like a cold snap last week and a half, but everything has quickly turned around. So, yeah, it's been a while since I recorded. I've just been busy with work and some side projects, you know, getting ready for the baby. In fact, we ordered a car, a Kia Sportage, so this is the first time I'm having a car in like 13 years. But the taxi drivers, the Uber here, they're not equipped to take infants. You know, it's not like Norway, you know, where all the taxis have a baby seat in the back, you know, or you can, in the trunk that you can put in very quickly. It's, you know, so, yeah, it was cool. We went to this, it's a used car, 2021 model. It's coming from the US, from California. So there's a whole business here in Ukraine of bringing cars over from America. And a lot of them were in accidents. And in America, for some reason, you break a taillight and it's a total, you know, I don't know, because of the labor or, you know, I don't know what the racket is or why they total out cars so easily in the US. But the cars are usually brought over to Lithuania. And Lithuania is like the Europe's chop shop, and they put the cars back together and then they ship them to Poland, to Ukraine, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan. I mean, I think they even have these operations right in country too, but apparently Lithuania is like the place to get your car fixed. So yeah, it's the car is due around New Year, but I think with this truck shenanigans going on the border between Poland and Ukraine, it could take longer. I don't know, I've heard they found some workarounds on it. Just have to look at the fruits here. What do we got here? We got pomegranates, got bananas. Last time I bought some bananas, they weren't that good, and I read that the more green the bananas are, actually the more healthy they are. By the time they're yellow, it's all sugar. So I don't know. There's my buddy.
How are you, bro?
Yeah, how are you? Yeah, I put you in my blog. Yeah. Oh. Very good. Yeah, see, this is I'm recording to show my friends in America what I do in Ukraine. You got my broccoli? Yes. Yeah, by broccoli, you know, you gotta eat a lot of broccoli. And then let's see. Yeah, here's some green bananas. Yeah, all right. Yeah, these are a little bit more greener. So, and then, let's see. Have to. Okay. Let's see. All good?
Good, bro.
Yeah. I like your apple cakes. This your other shop? Yeah, he makes the best apple turnovers. The best apple turnovers you can get are in Ukraine. Okay, thank you. Okay. Let's see. Yep. Okay, take care. We'll see you tomorrow.
Sure, bro.
Yep, we'll see you. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye-bye. Yeah. And yeah, this is life in Ukraine. It's still we have a lot of these small shops, all independently owned. So this one here is being renovated. This was also some mini market, you know, and then over here in these, I think I've shown you in previous videos, we had a bar. There was a bar here, and then a place that sells, I don't know, cigarettes or something. And this is like a, what would I say this is like in the US? This is like Walgreens, not a pharmacy, but they just sell like paper towels and toilet paper and, you know, plastic things like Dollar Tree. You know, my friend Jason was in Virginia Beach was flying over Dollar Tree headquarters. So that's like our Dollar Tree. And then here we have a bakery. This guy over here, I forgot his name. He's actually from Georgia or Azerbaijan or someplace like that. We actually have a lot of immigrants here in Lviv. You'd be surprised. I met two of my neighbors. They're Vietnamese, but they were born and raised in Ukraine, so they aren't even really immigrants. I would just say it's very diverse. But this guy, he owns a whole bunch of these like small shops, and I think he's from Georgia, but I think he's Azerbaijani ethnically. So he's like me. You know, my parents are from India, but I'm from America and also have Norwegian citizenship. So we have a lot of people like this in Ukraine. So, you know, we have people from Africa. We have Black Americans here. We have a couple Americans like of Indian origin. Like we have all kinds of people here. It's more diverse than you think. It's like being in America. Like I say, it's like being in America a long time ago. Oh yeah, I gotta show you this one too. This is cool. We're coming up on a pop-up shop here in America. I think they have all these pop-up shops. Well, here in Ukraine, a van just pulls up and starts selling food. You know, so they have good pears, it looks like. Yeah, it's cool. Everything is really cool here. You know, so you can go to a supermarket. We have those too. You know, if you want something more organized and more feel like you're in America or Europe. But I like buying stuff out on the street. That's kind of, you know, you meet these people and they're all fun. They remember you. You know, instead of dealing with a nameless, faceless company. Although all the people working in these bigger establishments, they're the same people and they recognize you after a while. So even that's quite a personal experience after a while. So what else has been keeping me busy? So yeah, we've ordered the car, we're buying baby stuff, we got the stroller, got the crib, all of that is going on. Got all the clothes, bought all that in America actually, but a lot of it we ordered here too. But you need a lot of clothes because they just will keep growing out of them. It's like every 2 weeks or something there's a growth event. But yeah, the other things I've been trying to do, I read an article on Yahoo Finance that streaming services and cloud services are eating up a lot of our money. So I started looking over all the subscriptions I have. I mean, I canceled Netflix long ago. I just buy movies to go on YouTube. They have a whole like movie rental section. So that one I had taken care of a while ago. But the big one I had, or I wouldn't say it's big, but it's something, is earlier this year I had to get Google's premium services because my Gmail hit the limits. I've been having Gmail since 2010, maybe 2009. And it's finally hit the limit, so I had to buy the annual subscription for like $100 or $120. And then I noticed I have Dropbox on subscription. I've had that for like last 10 years. You know, and there's like a 2 terabyte limit on both of them. But on both of these services, I'm only using like 70 GB. So you know, on paper, it seems really easy to consolidate them. And that's what I did. I followed the instructions from Google Bard, you know, get Malt Cloud. But the migration didn't go all the way. I got like 90% of it, 60 out of 70 or 65 out of 70 transferred over. And then the rest I had to do by hand. So that took some time. I want to test it. I want to be sure, you know, before I lose any files. I still got Dropbox on, but it doesn't renew till January 9th, so I'll probably turn that off next week when I'm absolutely sure. You know, I mean, I still have time. I can even wait till the New Year's, but I'm trying to clear all this up now before I forget. Because like, you know, when the baby shows up, I'm probably going to forget everything. You know, then it's going to be like, you know, focus on the baby's sleep deprivation, you know, you know, call to duty, right? You know, it's just like going on a deployment or something. You know, so yeah. So that's hitting. But yeah, I got that done. So Dropbox is all my Dropbox folders are in the G drive. There's a G drive client you download for your desktop so you can have speedy access to the stuff you use often. You know, so I was doing all this computer configuration, and you know, like I said, that last 10%, you have to download manually and then uploading taking forever lately. I don't know, the internet services have been really haywire lately. They download fast here, but getting stuff uploaded lately has been taking a lot of time. And then I finally got to catch up on some movies. Like I was saying, I wanted to talk about the movies. So I saw the Meg 2, The Trench, with Jason Statham. I always like his movies. And this time he was beating up some bad guys. That's always cool to watch. But then he started fighting with like sharks the size of buses. Great white sharks are bad enough. So the Meg is like a series of now 2 of them. And it's like basically Jaws, but these are like prehistoric great white sharks. And these are like 10 times the size of the Jaws great white shark. So everything is like, and then Jason Statham kills 2 of these things. These are like the super apex predators, and he kills them with a toothpick and a firecracker. So but these movies are fun to watch. It's just a good way to turn your brain off and everything. And it's cool. I just always find like someone has to imagine this stuff and think this stuff up. It's that's the job I want, thinking stuff up like that. It's kind of neat to be a film writer or something. That was actually like what I started out in college doing. I wanted, but then I realized that I'll probably be a waiter in Hollywood would be my best case. So I went into engineering. Most people go the other way. They start out in engineering and switch to an easier major. I started out in a relatively easy major, writing, and then went into nuclear engineering of all things, just to secure a good position in the future. But so that was fun watching that. And they also had other animals, in that movie too. They had like these prehistoric salamanders, with razor teeth, and they were like the size of pit bulls, that would come out of the water and bite people. And then they had an octopus. They had to throw that in there. So it was like Godzilla, Jaws, and I don't know, like a karate movie. I don't know, like The Mechanic. Jason Statham. That movie. He was just fighting with everybody all the time. I don't know. Like I used to wrestle in high school, and like 6 minutes. 6 minutes of that was enough, and these guys are fighting like 6 days straight without sleep. So yeah, anyway, that's movies. And what else? We're really holding our breath on this Ukraine deal. And in my view is like the Republicans are actually being reasonable. They're actually sitting down, and they actually gave an ask for the border. And basically they want to roll back to Trump's policies, which I didn't think were that bad. That basically just brought us to European standard. And yeah, the refugee thing is sad. We have this problem in Europe too. But if you do it too much, you're going to create a right wing, and you're not going to get anybody in. So the Republicans are actually even setting reasonable limits. They're not like saying no. They just want like limits. And that's what they have in Europe. They have limits on how much you can take every year. But I think the discussion has to go wider, we got to fix these countries where they're coming from, and start getting active in the world again and do regime change. It was never perfect, like what we did in Iraq or all these places, but I think it was better than before. I would assume. It's always change is difficult, and establishing democracy is a hell of a lot harder than establishing a dictatorship. I can tell you that, because you have all these people with their own interests, and you got to make coalitions and all this. This is hard. I would almost think that transition would be like a royal family. Like that's what I'm thinking here in Ukraine. After this war is over, and we need to overhaul this government we have. They've been corrupt for a long time, and granted they're improving and stuff, but I've talked about this idea before, that we take Princess Madeline, the second princess of Sweden. Her sister Victoria is in line to be the queen. So we take the second one, bring her here, and make her the queen of Ukraine, and give her give that family like a generation or 2 generations full mandate to set up the institutions, make the decisions, allocate the money to rebuild this place without having to go through this mess that we have now. And you know, we put Ukraine on a Scandinavian course. You know, the Scandinavian countries have the best balance between, you know, capitalism and safety net socialism. Not this Marxist socialism, but the kind of socialism where, you know, people who earn a lot of money pay taxes to take care of people who don't have the means, you know, either mentally or physically, or, you know, they just had a lot of bad luck. You know, it's like humane, but you still have billionaires. You have quite a few billionaires in Sweden, Finland, Norway, and actually quite a few self-made ones in tech, you know, tech billionaires and stuff. So it's got both. And I think that's the track we want Ukraine to be on. We don't want it to be like a ruthless capitalist society like the US. I mean, that's great for innovation, but that's not what Ukraine needs now. Ukraine needs to get like a middle class going, you know, and have a really solid. Right now, the middle class is mostly IT people and small business owners, but we need like the middle class to, you know, we need the salaries to go up in education. I mean, believe it or not, doctors don't even make any money here. I mean, they have to like take money on the side, or they have to take, you know, you have to tip them and stuff like that. I mean, it's really sad. The doctors should make a lot of money. It's a really hard profession, and it's very mentally demanding. And teachers, you know, in America too, it's a travesty that teachers are not making 100, 150 grand a year, and we're not attracting Harvard grads into the profession. Instead, you know, we're paying like 20, 30 grand, and then people are wondering why we're getting all these weirdos into the teaching profession. You know, I mean, if you pay crappy salaries, you're going to get crappy people. It's just that's how it is, you know. I mean, or if you want to pay a low salary, then, you know, offer them some housing, or, you know, like the military has low pay, but it gives you like career training and opens up doors for jobs. So I don't know if like teaching could, you know, if you're a teacher, you get free health care and you get like a zero down loan or something like that if they want to keep the pay low. They got to do something else like the military does, because like, you know, when you're enlisted military, you don't get paid well, but a lot of people go into that and then they get set up for great careers afterwards. So yeah, that's got to be, you know, that's something I hope they can, you know, like I said, I hope the people leading the reconstruction here are going to be a mix of Scandinavians, Germans, Americans, and, you know, to rebuild this country into a better version of ourselves, you know, because I mean, this is on the front line. Ukraine is like the, you know, at the, you know, it's like the end of the line, and then it's all communists, you know, communists and totalitarian dictators. You know, you got China, Russia, you got all, you know, a lot of those smaller countries that are surrounding them aren't perfect either. So we got to really beef up Ukraine to have it be like a South Korea of Europe, you know. But yeah, it's just, you know, you can be angry at Trump and you can be angry at this MAGA movement, you know, but, you know, unfortunately, when you listen to them, they have legitimate grievances. I mean, you can't deny that. You know, I mean, they're dead wrong on Ukraine and dead wrong, you know, I mean, they talk about Ukraine didn't have elections. Well, neither did England. You know, when England was at war with Germany, Churchill suspended elections. So there's historical precedent for that. You know, but other than that, I mean, like the thing about the border, you know, the American cultural identity, this is like legit stuff. And the Democrats have got to come to the center on this one. I usually am blaming the Republicans for stuff, you know, more often than not, you know, that, you know, they're too divisive and too corporate leaning and this kind of stuff. But this time the Democrats, this is an easy deal. Ukraine will get its money, Israel will get its money, Korea, I think, who else? Taiwan will all get this, and that way we don't have to fight the Chinese and the Russians. You know, our allies will do it for us, you know. So, and we just have to pay a little bit of money. I mean, it doesn't even, America's doing fine. I was over there. I mean, there's, unemployment is below 5%. That means there's like anyone who wants a job can get a job. You just have to be willing to move or willing to sweat a little bit or take some courses, you know, but it's quite okay. And if you're having a problem with inflation there, just eat less. Seriously, I mean, that's how we dealt with inflation here. I lost like 15 pounds and I'm in I'm in really good shape at age 53. I mean, I'm like, I just was coming back from the gym. I do that all the time. And that's how you cope with the inflation. I bought a Black Friday annual pass, and it's like $200 for the whole year for the gym. It was like 2/3 discount. Normally it's like $500 or $600 a year to go to the gym here where I go. So yeah, it was there are ways to deal with inflation. So yeah, America has to lead the world, lead the free world. That is one of the things we do really well. Actually, it's the thing that only Americans can do. No one else can lead like Americans. The British kind of can do it, but they're just not big enough. I mean, man for man, they have really good leaders and everything, but they're just not big enough. I mean, the US has both the skill and the scale. Britain has the skill, but they're just not big, So it really falls on us, leadership. That's the number one American export, and that's a unique American export, is good leadership. But the Trump election is a foregone conclusion unless I think if the Democrats can compromise on this border thing, they can actually turn it around. But then again, they have to get rid of their far left and get rid of this anti-American far left they have. These people who are elected to lead America, but they hate America. We got to get those people out of there. And that's another legitimate grievance of the Trump supporters. I mean, they're wrong on a lot of things, but these things are right on. These things and these are like big things, even though they're like they're not material, they're not economic or measurable. There's something to do in them. It's a matter of the heart. Everyone wants a country they can be proud of, and they want to hold their head up high that they're Americans and not be ashamed of it. I mean, you go to Europe, right? You go to Norway, Norwegians are proud of being Norwegian. I mean, Sweden, they're self-hating, and Germans are a little bit like that. But I mean, that's fueling right-wing, right-wing sentiment. But you go to like Netherlands or all these other places, people are proud of their country, and that's important. And there's nothing wrong with it, and we need that if we're going to be fighting Russia and China. People need a purpose. So anyway, yeah, next video I'll talk more about, I've been reading a lot about Hungary and Orban. That's another interesting topic. It's a topic of a video by itself. But anyway, take care, and we'll see you next time.